Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. Oh, wait, I take that back. It is now Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, about midnight, maybe 12:30. And we are on to our third vehicle, the Trx4 Bronco, long travel Bronco. Once again, we are not using that stock servo mount that comes with the long arm lift kit. We are using our factory servo mount with that. And we are getting full articulation on either side. We've got our suspension geometry all dialed in. Steering geometry all dialed in. She is good to go. Lock up our axles. We have our deep lug paddle tracks on there today. Not expecting any problems. Running on a 3S LiPo Electron Pro. I did have our paddle tracks off of this vehicle after our last run, and they weren't off for very long before I decided to put them back on since we got hit with that snow. I was planning on getting a couple runs in with the tires, but no, we got hit with the snow, so tires got cleaned and the tracks went back on. Unfortunately, our last video got cut short due to time constraints, but our axial SCX-10.3 early Ford Bronco was doing great with those Red Cat Gen 8 Interco I-Rocks. No doubt about that. Much better than that Trx4 was doing, there's no doubt about that either. And off our tracks. So hopefully we can make a longer video with this guy. I would have liked to have had that axial out just a little bit longer. We did have more battery life. We were getting good traction. We could have went further. Just had to call it video early on account of extenuating circumstances. Calling our way into the course. Not expecting to have any problems. Once again, the snow depth isn't really all that deep. Vehicle is good and acclimated since it's been sitting out since about 10:30 this morning. It's been out for a while. It's only had a good 14 plus hours of acclimating time. So we should have absolutely no problem with snow freezing and sticking the things on our torque tracks around the truck in most areas. Making our way in. Through the podium. Down the hill that was giving the 6x6 so much trouble on the way back out. Go up this next side. Should be a piece of cake. Yep. Crawled right up and over. I knew that was going to be no problem with that. The tracks on there. Struggle with the 6x6. Serious struggle getting up that hill. A little bit of a struggle with the axial, but not too bad all in all. We still made it. Struggle with the 6x6 making it over these next two hills. Axial did okay. A little struggle, but it made it alright. Long travel Bronco and deep lug paddle tracks. Not expecting to have any issues through here. Making our way up to that frog pond approach. Climbing up those first couple rocks. And dropping into the pond. Frog pond, good and frozen. Whatever water might be in there, which is probably very little to none. Work our way back up the other side, over the log bridge. And back down the other side of that. Into the pits of despair. Talking about cameras or vehicles and different colored vehicles at night when you're filming cameras. Oh, nice little angle right there. And how black just absorbs the camera flash. So if you have some stripes on the side, such as this one, if you had an all black vehicle, maybe a red stripe, red chrome stripe down the side, makes all the difference in the world. Lighting the vehicle up. As we noticed with that black Trx4 Mercedes-Benz, it was just absorbing that camera flash. And this one, reflects the light backwards a little bit better. Climbing up the hill, creeping up the hill, no problems there. Had to go around the outside with the axial and the Trx4. of cake for the Bronco. With T-slug paddle tracks and long arm lift kit. Holding our pose as we make it around this corner, make our way around. And in the tunnel. As I said in the past, this tunnel is getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So we're catching on camera. Oh, we're scraping the hood, scraping the nose of the truck, scraping the roof of the truck. We might not be able to make it through. I don't think we're going to be able to make it through. We are sitting up a little bit too tall with those tracks on there versus the 222 mudslingers. Yeah, we are compressing the suspension and we can't make it. Can't make it through the tunnel. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Alright, well, we'll go around it. Which means we're going to go off the course and back on the course. See if we can climb up and over this first hill right here. Piece of cake for those T-slug paddle tracks. Into the pits of despair. And over the next wall. And bypassing that tunnel altogether. Going around the outside. Just because of clearance issues. Truck sitting up a little bit too tall for the tunnel. No problem on the log crossing here. Stick file. Actually had a little bit of trouble, but not too much. Trx4, a little bit more of a struggle. Just on that first approach to the logs. We're definitely not going to have any problems through this section. It's pretty vanilla through here. I said that and snagged my track on a rock. We'll kind of speed it up through this section just to get through it. Just because there's not much happening here. So excuse the fact that I'm not crawling through here. And we'll slow it down once we get back to our rocks. Right here. Next series of rocks, Trx4, a little bit of problems through here. We got all that articulation on that driver's side that we weren't getting previously with that long arm lift kit because of that front servo mount relocation kit or the lock brackets, whatever. It limits the front suspension travel on the driver's side. Once again, many thanks to Chad Nelson for that idea. I'm going back to that factory servo mount and reworking the steering geometry a little bit. And everything drives perfectly. Full articulation on both sides. And we are not running that bump stop on any of the shocks. So we are getting full travel on all those shocks. Which is roughly 9 millimeters more than what you would get with a High Trail Edition, stock High Trail Edition, or a lift kit if you were to follow the instructions and leave that 9 millimeter spacer in place. Want to make sure that we were getting every bit of that 120 millimeter shock travel. 120 millimeter shock, not 120 millimeters worth of travel. 120 millimeters from end eyelet to eyelet. Fully extended. The problem in the tree stumps right now, we're kind of clawing our way through. Heading into the tombstones. We're just kind of sitting on top of those guys at the moment. No problem there. Floating over the surface. And up to the brick hill. Which gave the Trx4 a hell of a problem. We were spinning our tires all over the place on this hill. We made a real mess before we finally went around the outside. Axial Bronco gave it hell. We played hell for a few minutes, but we eventually got it with the Axial Bronco. We did make it. So we can walk it with the Trx6 or Trx4. We're sitting on those bricks, a little bit of rock underneath our tires, our tracks. We're spinning away on those bricks. Probably better off if we could get off the trail a little bit. Get into the gravel that's on the sides, which is kind of ultimately what we did with the axial. We got a little bit off course. Right there. Oh, we're getting a lot off course right there. Climbing over that wall, over that front track. Back is just hanging on the edge over here. Just hanging on the edge. I'm laying down in the snow to capture these angles. And there we go, we made it. Taking way back down that hill, far off view. We get a template rolling brick hill on the other side here, the double roller. Don't expect it to make it up this. I don't think it's ever made it up this in the wintertime. Yeah, track hop, serious track hop there on the brick. Our sand ladders skipping away up there in the roof basket. Sand ladders are making more noise on the truck than anything else when the vehicle starts hopping. We were getting beyond our breakover angle right there at the tracks. So we can go around the outside and climb over the face of this rock. We had tried that in the previous video, last week's video. Not with this vehicle though. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, you got it. Oh, there we go. Around the outside, but we made it. I don't know if we can make it up this rock face. We couldn't make it up with the Trx4. Couldn't make it up with the axial. Pretty darn steep, pretty darn gnarly. I don't expect this vehicle to make it up. If it does, I'll be surprised. I'd rather keep it as a surprise. That way my expectations aren't lowered by it not making it. Just lower them right off the gate, right out of the gate. Passenger side track, rear track is trying to climb up a straight up incline. Passenger side front is getting close to a tree. I'm hugging the tree right now and trying to get traction off that. The back one's just a little bit too vertical on the other side. We're hit and miss with our traction. We're grabbing and then going. She's not having it there. Thought maybe we might have a chance at it for a second there. Oh, she's in a little bit. Track skip on our driver's side rear. Might be a little bit too loose. She's binding up. Oh, there she goes. No recovery from that. It's the hand of God. Our left rear track there, driver's side rear, was doing a lot of skipping there. Oh, we knocked our track right off the track unit. That's a first for me. We derailed our rear track. Derailed it. Baby, oh! Ouch! Watch out for that. Oh! We just blew a track and I just wailed my knee on a rock. Alright, let's get this guy put back on real quick here. It doesn't happen too often. Derail a track like that. Get his name. Huh. It looks like our front one's starting to derail a little bit too here. I could be wrong, but this front one looks like it's going as well. Nope, she's still on. Well, I think we're going to have to tighten those tracks up a little bit here this year. Haven't had to mess with those too much over the last couple of years. We are hitting this hill on an off camber, hitting it sideways, putting a lot of pressure on that driver's side track. try to swing this corner. Try to force it up over these rocks, trying to take the hardest route that we possibly can and really challenge the vehicles. Always about challenging the vehicles and challenging my own abilities as well as a driver. That's why some of my videos get to be pretty long. Showing you guys exactly how long it takes to do some of these runs. Not cutting them short. Although our last video we had to cut short, which was unfortunate. Trying to make our way up over the hillside of this rock. We're skirting it sideways. Kind of dangerous. Probably going to roll it over if we don't get that passenger side track over the edge. And there's no guarantees we're going to be able to continue from here. If that back end comes up, we might roll it right here. We might roll it. If we get our front end to hit this next bump, we might be okay. Oh, there she goes. Too much. Just a little too moss there. Too much of an angle to ask that truck to climb over, I guess. Too much to ask for. Yeah, we're side skirting around the outside. Trying to avoid those rocks that are glued up on those bricks up ahead. Rumble strips. Get back onto the course over here. Coming out from around the tree. Following the same line that we took with the axial and the Trx4. We can hold this corner a little bit better than what we did with the axial. Yep. Not falling off that edge like we did before. We'll head back into the switch by X where we took the axial and the Trx4 as well. Just keep it real, keep it fair, keep it even. EcoPower WP 120T steering servo. Not very impressive once again. Less impressive for tracks versus tires. Got around that corner, we're climbing the wall there with our passenger side track. Pushing the truck in line. Make this right. Hugging the wall. Going back into the next section, next pits of despair up here. Trx4 and the axial both had to have a hand to get out of here. They made it through this section, but that last hill on the outside here pretty much stopped them both. So now we're going to do with our tracks on it, we'll find out. Navigate our way through all the pits. Use a high angle filming. Making our way over to the hill. They gave everybody else so much trouble. Gave the axial a little bit of a hard time. Trx4 definitely couldn't make it. Axial couldn't make it. And we're walking it. Just crawling right up it. Piece of cake. Hell, there we go. That definitely says something for tracks in the wintertime. No throttle persuasion needed. No 3S persuasion needed. We just walk it. not following the other trucks. We went through this little rocky pass right here with the other vehicles. We're choosing to go over this big rock with the Trx4. Perhaps. Yes, we are. Log bridge. Well, the Trx6 did pretty good on the log bridge. Axial, not terrible. It was a fight, but we made it with the axial. I think, if I am not mistaken. We did not need a hand of God to make it up this. We're going to try to crawl it with the tracks. Just straight up crawl it. We might run into some trouble here. Break over angles and things and trying to back up. Might need to power hop it over this first set of logs, or the current set that we're on. There's a little vine going up at the front passenger side tracks, trying to back up over the log that it's currently stuck behind. Oh, getting close to the edge. Oh yeah, track bind. That's a bit rough. Break over angle. My front tracks trying to back up. Same on the rear tracks, but we were having problems with the front track on that one. It's not limited to the front or rear tracks. It happens on both, depending on what your situation is. We're working our way close to the edge on that bridge over there. Need to bring it back. Tracks, once again, not so good on the bridge. Oh, break over angle. The Trx4 is kryptonite here with the tracks. And we can't back up. Binding up on our rear track back there on the passenger side. Can't back up. Oh, something sliding here. Myself, not the truck so much. Get up this outside edge if we can. Eco Power WP 120T, not very good, not getting it done. Another strong servo. I think we're going to need a real handy guy to push us up this hill. Because I don't think we're going to get up under the truck's power. Nope, we're not making it up over the bridge. Asking too much out of the Bronco. Just a little bit too much for those tracks there. Trying to climb up over those boards. As I said, with the axial when we went through this area, the bridge is usually easier with tires. Log bridge. If there's a lot of snow on it, you can negotiate it with the tracks. Yosho blizzards with the plastic tracks is out of the question. unless it's just completely covered with snow, like a foot of snow on top of it. Otherwise, just completely out of the question. We're making it through the rest of it. Just this first area was just a little bit too steep and a little bit too rugged for those tracks to get a bite. A little too smooth. Rugged with all the ups and downs going up that bridge. I made it challenging for a reason. It's all there. All the laws are random, but I try to keep it challenging. I want it too easy. Nobody likes a piece of cake. Too much cake makes tummy aches. We're making our approach to Old Stump Hills here. Trx4 had a hell of a time. Had a side skirt this first hill. I think we made it over the first hill with the axial Bronco. I had a side skirt the second one. This one here. The one that we're walking over currently. And then we made up this third one with the axial Bronco right here. And had to cut our video short for extenuating circumstances, but the axial was doing pretty darn good. It made it all the way up this hill through Old Stump and over to the other side before we called it quits. No problem for the Trx4 either. We're right up and through Old Stump and working our way past where the axial had stopped. Let's see if we can get a full video out of this one and make it back to the podium in record time, hopefully. Still making our way around Old Stump here. Climbing through the tree roots on the back half of it. Getting some serious lean going there with the Trx4. And making our approach to the next hill, we could go straight up that sandy portion right there in front of us, which isn't all that bad. But we could try the log path over here on the right, which is I think the way we're going to go. I know I take this way quite a bit, but it's the most challenging route, which is why I take it. This tree root that we're trying to climb over is inverted and it's pretty steep, a good 5 inches. Tough climb on the driver's side track here. I won't get a bite, baby. Kind of going around the outside on this one too. Getting off course, digging in. Climb that wall. Oh, if we had a stronger steering servo, just a little bit stronger, we could probably pull ourselves up and over with the front. The steering with the tracks. Come on, baby. Oh, we almost had it. Ah, there we go. Using the steering servo, we're getting hung up on the tree here. Certainly getting off the course a little bit. One track in the air on the passenger side front. Reposition ourselves without rolling the truck over. Yeah, there you go. We cheated a little bit, but we made it. Get back down at the big rock here on the face of the big sand hill. Over top of the big rock. Not much to see there. Let's turn around and see if we can make it back up that hill for craps and giggles here. Get off the course and get back on here. Going to the rock. Might not make it up the rock because it's rock. And we're running tracks. Well, we're getting into the dirt. She's not making it. Ah, that's a nice view of the underside of the truck. Slid off the face of that rock. Oh. Drag our truck down the hill while we're at it. Yeah, let's see if we can make it around the rock. Oh, no problem. Just wasn't getting any traction on that rock, that's all. Can't see outside your passenger side there, Rowdy. I'll help you out there, Bill. Coming through the trees here, the doubleheader, and we've got another dead man laying on the course there, Kevin. Right there, our Widowmaker. Try to climb over that Widowmaker without getting snagged on it. With tracks is gonna be tough to do. Oh, we did it. Dropping into the over-under brick bridge. Oh, nope, rock bridge. Not brick bridge, rock bridge. Coming out from underneath the rock bridge, down under the log crossing. Maybe if we can clear it. Oh, we are catching our roof. Too much debris down in that hole. Yeah, we are catching our roof. We can't make it through. Roof basket blues. Oh no. Which way do we go from here then? That's a bummer. Well, we can scoop out all these leaves and debris and maybe make it through. Let's back our way back through here and see if we can climb out and bypass this area, I suppose. One way or another. Try to make it back onto the same line that we're trying to take here. Owls. An owl in the background. Really kind of surprised we were able to back through all that stuff. Make our way back onto the course, cut across the course, and come down the rock wall. Oh, slipping and sliding. Excuse me for unprofessional camera angles here, boys and girls. Unexpected, not being able to make it through that log, underneath that log crossing. Alright, so going over the rock wall, which is technically not an obstacle on the course. We are off the course right now. It'll probably become an obstacle at some point in time, as we get vehicles that are a little bit more capable and able to handle that. Oh boy, we are stuck up on that Stinger front bumper. And there's another view of the underside of the truck. Well, that was close. We almost made it. We almost made it. Maybe we'll give it another shot there. Try again, eh? A little bit faster. Oh, stay on the gas. There we go. We made it. Alright, let's see if we can make this hard left turn and continue up this hill. Keep it crawling. Squeaking all the way. Got Trx4 piece of cake. Right up and over, piece of cake, no problem. Next log crossing right here is always a pain in the butt, no matter what time of the year it is. I was hoping we'd be able to just slide right on up in here and right back out, but no, I don't think so. How come you're not crawling the gym? Well, I've crawled this one several times with Trx, and it's we could be here for a while. I think ultimately we might be better off just dropping it in second, pinning it to win it, and hopefully we make it over the top. We're still in first. Low gear. Not quite enough ground speed to get over that hump. I don't like doing this. We're in second gear right now. Oh, a little off course there, Jimbo, falling off the edge. Oh, a lot off course there. We're definitely falling off the edge. Don't go that way, don't go that way. Ah, roll over. Ah, rowdy, buddy. I don't recommend second gear with the Trx. You hear those babies trying to grab, but I don't think we're going to make it over the log crossing here. Trx and logs, they just do not get along. Once again, Trx excel in a lot of other places in the wintertime, but not on logs. It's too slick. You can't get a bite. And we're going to give it up on that one and go around the outside. And get back on the course. A little off course. Steering servo doesn't have enough juice to spin those tracks left to right. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You have to start moving the vehicle. It's kind of like a Trx4 Sport with the stock, or Trx4 Sport Trx and the stock steering servo. Trx needs to include the 400-inch servo and the Trx complete DEC kit with those vehicles. They come equipped with the Trx. Just because the stock servo can't quite do it. The vehicle needs to be moving in one direction or another in order to get those Trx to turn under a load. Creeping our way through, no problems. Piece of cake for the old Trx4 Bronco with the Trx on it. And once again, if you could only afford one vehicle, what vehicle do you get? A Trx4 or a Trx6? Definitely a Trx4. Mentioned that in our last video with the Axial. Mentioned that with the Trx6 video. Love the Trx6. That's a great vehicle. Once again, no complaints. Trx6 hauler, no complaints out of either one. But the Trx4 is just a little bit more capable. You can do a lot more things to them as far as building options and upgrades. And it's just a lot more capable off-road all around. Trx4 definitely has its pros in certain areas, like that log bridge for sure. But really, that was really the only good spot that only spot that was shining through on the adventure course. It was on that log bridge. Spicy snow. We make our way into this next storm damage section. More logs. Meet it up. This area can be pretty darn wicked in the summertime, that is for sure. Old Matt Yono, One Axis, he can tell you. As well as a couple other viewers that have been out here. Tough area. No problem today with the snow coverage. We are making our way through. And back into the rocks. We're coming back around to where we cut off the course and went over that rock wall. So we can either take the log bridge or we can take the rock bridge across. I'd say we try the log bridge here. It's always a little bit more interesting in the wintertime versus the rock bridge. Just because it's so much narrower. Not much margin of error here on the, on the log bridge. Our margin for error. It's narrow. We're down to the axles. We're dragging our axles across. Oh, she's getting a little bit to one side. Trying to back up, trying to look in the camera to make sure we're catching this on camera at the same time as driving the truck. Trying to pull it a little bit to the driver's side, a little bit to the left. Looking at the camera, look at the truck, look at the camera, look at the truck. Make sure we don't slide off this log. There we go. Just tight. Very tight. Go back and look at our tire tracks on the bridge. Our track tracks. Cut a little path all the way down on either side. Big ridge in the middle. Straight drop. Straight drop on a rounded log. Driving on snow that's basically hanging over the edges. And basically just riding on that inside portion of the track. All the pressure was on the insides. Since that log is rounded and that snow is just kind of built up on the surface. Sketchy, super sketchy crossing. Very fun. Yes, I've fallen off it before. Several times. Not personally, but the truck has. And into the next section. We didn't go this way once again. With either the truck, the Trx4, or the axial Bronco. We came out with the axial. Pretty good sized hills and moguls through here. So the last time that we went through in the late fall there, when everything was still down to dirt, we had this dug out pretty severely through here. I am running on time constraints this evening as well. Time constraints are a couple little puppy dogs that are currently being babysat by my parents. It's after hours. Normally I take the puppies from about 10 o'clock at night till 11 o'clock in the afternoon. And since we're doing a night video here, somebody else has to watch the dogs. I'm not too sure how late they want to stay up. Moral of the story is that we might run out of time here on this video as well. But we're going to try to get through this whole adventure course with this truck. That way this video has a beginning and an end. A proper beginning and end. Cutting this hard left coming through this last storm damage section. This other area that we're heading into right now, this area was pretty darn gnarly the last couple times we went through here when there was dirt on the ground. And nothing's changed other than the fact that there's snow on the ground. But we did have some pretty deep holes dug through here. Right through this next section. Camera batteries were going dead in this area as well. With no flash. We're currently running an external battery pack on the phone with the flash. Definitely getting a lot farther, that's for sure. As far as the camera's concerned. Pretty gnarly holes through here. We're making it through. Must be filled in enough with the snow not to make a difference. Still on the course, making a hard left here. More gnarly holes that we're cutting through right now, dropping into one. Dropping into another one. And this next one's going to be pretty wicked as well. Alright, back into that big hole. Or, not back into it, but into it. We haven't been into this hole since the, this fall here. Mid-November. Making it right on through. Pretty steep. Pretty steep in and out on that one. I got this next side dug up pretty good the last time we were out here once again in late November. This is pretty darn steep through here, this back edge. Walking it. Give it some gas, make it a little bit more interesting. Back down the other side, back into some more pits of despair as we round this corner. As we readjust here and get ourselves back on the course for get off the edge a little bit here on the left. More pits of despair. But you're kind of filled in. Not too catty. No worries there. No despair to be had. Well, essentially, we have made it all the way around the adventure course. We're almost back to the podium. If we were to make a left here, we'd go right to the podium. So we're going to make it right, go down this rock wall over here on this other side, and climb up these next two dirt hills on the way back out. Now, this is that big rock that was giving us problems with the tires, the 2.2 mudslingers. When we were doing that tire cleaning, we kind of bounced off this rock in second gear and went over this way, rolling the truck over in the snow a little bit. See the edge of that rock that we're going over. It was a pretty steep climb that we were trying to make with those tires. All the rocks are showing a little bit more on the rock road here. Use the far off angles. Once again, we're going to swing a hard left here and try to stay on this rock path without rolling our truck. We're getting out the course just a little bit over here on the passenger side. Hooking this thing hard left the entire time. There's the rocks coming back up. No problem. Heading towards our next hill. Let's see if we can just keep on trucking and make it right on up and out. This is that area that we catch voices on camera and catch orbs on camera, all in this area. Just on the other side of that stick pile and the first over-under log bridge right there. Catch voices in here all the time. I don't know whether they're saying hi or die. It's certainly saying something. As well as all kinds of strange light anomalies flying past the camera in this area. Summer, winter, day, night, rain, snow, don't matter. We're track hop, track spin, but we're making it. We didn't have any problems with the 2.2 mudslingers on that area either, as well as these next two hills. A little bit of struggle there. Pretty strong angles between these hills. We're dragging our bumper there. Going up the next side. We wouldn't have been able to get the Trx4 through here. Not through this hill that we're in right now. Serious bumper drag on the back for sure. We would have attempted that. Wouldn't have had enough ground clearance to make it over the peaks of these hills either. This is the hill that we cut through the center on the way back out. Making our way over the top and towards the podium. Trx4 was not able to make it out of here without a hand of God. It was getting stuck on the podium on the way out. Axial had a little bit of problems on the podium on the way out, but we still made it with the axial. Trx4 tracks, no problem. We crawled it up and out. We did so well that I'm just going to try to exit out a different way. Go up over this dirt mound, which is not technically part of the course. But it sure looks fun. Go up and over there. Bypassing the podium. Not bad. Trx4 all-terrain tracks. Pretty good. Head over the gravel pile. Pretty steep. Gravel. Covered in snow. Well, the tracks were nice and clean until we got here. Yeah, I'd like to keep them clean. Let's get out of this nonsense. Get back on the course here. We're back through the snow. Clean our tracks off a little bit. Maybe switch to second gear and do a final cleaning here on our trail on the way out. Yeah, 3S. Tracks, second gear. Oh, we were wide open for a second there. And now we just went into either low voltage mode or we overheated the ESC. One or the other. My luck. Wow. Well, we've been out for a long time. We've done several videos this evening. 3 videos in total. With this truck, we did 17 minutes, 17 minutes, 18 minutes, 18 minutes, 10 minutes. We've been out here for a while with this guy as well. What are we looking at there on the inside? I see a red light in there. It is flashing slowly, flashing red slowly down there on the other side of Rowdy. We're not catching it on camera. But I see a slow flashing red right down there. And it's the same light that we're getting with the Trx4 Mercedes-Benz on the same style battery, different battery pack, but the exact same type of battery pack. The 3S Electron Pro 5200 milliamp LiPo. Kick it back in low range here. Probably getting into low voltage mode on the ESC is my thinking. Once again with that Trx4, I didn't know if we were overheating the ESC or if we got into low voltage mode. And I believe it's probably low voltage mode. Once I put that battery on the charger, we were sitting at 11.1 volts. It's pretty darn dead for a 3S. 12.6 being fully charged. I think 11.1 is basically below storage charge. So there we go, boys and girls. Not a bad run with the Trx4 Bronco, that is for darn sure. Best run out of the evening out of all three trucks between the Trx4, Mercedes-Benz, the Axial SCX-103 early 4 Bronco, which did better than the Trx4. Trx4 here with the all-terrain deep lug paddle tracks and long arm lift kit. Did the best out of the bunch. No doubt about it. We were out there for the longest time. We completed the course, went all the way around the course and then some. Great run all in all out of our Trx4. Absolutely love this truck. No doubts about that. Alright, so that's going to do it, boys and girls. Questions and comments are always welcome, as always. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video. If I don't get another video up before Christmas, then Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. Keep the rubber side down. And we will see you all on the next video. Thanks again.